All right. So you all settle down after a day of work. You turn on your Xbox 360, slide in the CD for Halo Chainbreakers, which was going to be a DLC for Halo 3, but they decided to release it as a standalone so they could make more money. And I'll load in episode mission second mission. It starts with a cutscene where all of your characters come in. They've just successfully landed the Kigyar Raider in in Kabakera, the capital city of Balaho, after successfully seizing it from the Kigyar Raiders. Then after this, you've begun to release the prisoners who were captured there and placed in there by the Kigyar Raiders. As you are doing this, for the human characters, the air on your suits was beginning to wear down, so the Gettysburg, what's Gettysburg, the Vicksburg, um, sent down some drop pods with your Cyclops armor in them. So the Spartans, Spencer, for the foreseeable future, you will be in your Cyclops suits. For the oxygen, in time, the Marines set up like a first aid point with all of the all the things they need. A lot of the Ongoy aboard the Raider were like starving, malnourished, minor injuries that needed to be attended to. They've flown down some APCs that the Marines use as airlocks to like rest and replenish. It's heavy work. There's a lot going on, but after a while, your activities start to take the notice of the planetary government, the Gedgao, which meets in this very strange looking, yeah, it looks like the Epcot ball, but if it was like even more angular.
I love Epcot.
Thank you.
Yo,
In time,
they got Mission Balajo in there. Guys, we gotta get on the ride.
in time, a group of Ongoi eventually sort of go around the corners, sort of noticing you and start to gather, especially as you begin to release the prisoners. And a representative, eventually a pelican comes down. It lands Captain Mifune and Agent Heineman, and then Phantom comes down and lands Shipmaster Vadim, Kesh Vadim. And the three Mifune, Litvak, and Heineman approach Spencer and Spartans. And they're like, all right. Mifune speaks first, saying, well, you guys do really good back there. Time for the tough part. We've got to actually extend diplomatic relations to the grunt government. We're not entirely certain how it's going to go, but we're going to try and help the people here as best as they can. They are, aside from us, they are quite literally defenseless. Let's see. Lieutenant Harlow?
Sir.
Well, you've now fought alongside some of the elites. Is this going to work?
They fight well. They'll seems like they'll listen well enough.
You think in time we could actually serve as cohesive organic units together? Or, for the time being, do you think we're going to have to stick with just operating side by side with distinct objectives?
Give it enough time, I think it's possible.
Well, that's optimistic. Mifune, you can see his face through the exo-atmospheric armor that he's wearing. He nudges Heineman, who is the xenocultural attaché in heavy quotation marks that's been seconded to the task force. Who says, "Well, this is definitely the kind of thing that Osman is going to want to know about. The sort of future viability of extended joint UNSC St. Healy operations. As long as Arbiter continues to consolidate things along his side, this is hopefully the way things are going to be going. And thankfully, today's proof of concept went pretty well. Well, I can foresee that we'll be working alongside the elites and the grunts quite a lot in the future. Spartans?
Sir.
We're going to need you to pull security for the diplomatic meeting. We want you on the inside, and then Spencer and the ODSTs on the outside.
Lily will not. We're in our spy armor, right?
You're in your spy armor for now. Your Cyclops suits have been dropped nearby and are right next to the APCs with the Marines.
Oh, sick. Vehicle drop.
Vehicle drop. It's Halo now.
Oh, I love this mission. Only mission 2 and already Cyclops? Base. Anyway, yeah, sorry. Lily will look to Morrigan with the expression, or well, the lack of expression, to be more exact, which is essentially her just going, I guess we're doing this now.
We'll fulfill our objectives. And to answer your question, no, it was not posed at us. The next generation will forget the war. This generation won't.
Heinemann sort of tilts his head back and forth, sort of weighing things out, and he says, "Well, it's a little too early to be certain one way or another. We've got, aside from you lovely folks at Gamma Company, almost all the Spartans are gone. We've got a whole galaxy to rebuild, and the only locus of power in the galaxy right now is humanity, the UNSC and the Unified Earth government. A lot of post-Covenant world people, or a lot of folks in the post-Covenant world, are not going to be fans of that. I really doubt there's going to be any generation that's going to forget the war for quite a long time.
It was existential.
Most certainly. And besides, I can't really say anything about it yet, but here at the office, we're definitely trying to make sure that humanity can keep the upper hand in that. But we know that if we try to have a monopoly on power in the galaxy, as I'm sure you're going to see as you watch over this meeting, if we have a monopoly on that power, we're just going to lose it all. Just like the insurrection.
Just like the Covenant.
Just like the Covenant. Speaking of the world the Covenant made, we better go introduce ourselves to the diplomat. Spartans, if you could come with me. And sort of Mifune, and Litvak head inside the Gegao, being sort of ushered in by a series of Ongoi in what appear to be ceremonial robes of some sort, but made out of an exceptionally rough, dun-colored fabric. The Spartans, you of course follow him in, which leaves Spencer, Lieutenant Harlow. This leaves you outside with Quen and Dipyap. There's at this point, you're seeing a pretty heartwarming sight of like family reunifications right now, as the people who were abducted off of Blaho just a few months ago are now being grouped up with their families again. You see spouses being reconnected, parents and children reuniting, long lost neighbors coming together again. Spencer, the staff sergeant of your ODST platoon, let's call him
Greg.
Greg Schmidt, says, I never thought I'd get choked up seeing grunts being happy.
I don't feel the same.
You know?
I would I remember far too much.
Wow.
Spencer's just staring at them.
Well, you can't say it's not weird, right?
Yeah, it is.
You know, I once heard a Marine say that grunts taste kind of like chicken.
I can believe it.
You can? Alright. Still, you think there's anything that's going to happen at this point? Things might get unwieldy at all?
We're the Marines. It always gets like that.
Hoorah, Lieutenant.
Hurrah.
When you sort of as you're providing overwatch with your banshee, you see sort of despite the relative display of unity later, you see the two groups, the sort of swords delegation and the marines, they're not really mixing together. They tend to easily, from your high perspective, you really see the two groups start to segregate and then split again. uh Dip Yap.
That's me.
You go inside with the Spartans and one platoon of Marines to oversee the delegation. You're there as someone who's completely fluent in both English, Senhili Basic, and in Ungoi. Kind of the only person here who speaks all three languages, and so even though there's some rudimentary translation software in place, so not everything needs to go through, but you're there largely as sort of like a cultural, here to keep things from going crazy. On the human negotiating side is Captain Mifune, who's the task force commander, as well as the commander of the Vicksburg. Major Litvak, who's in charge of the Marines, and then Heinemann, right, the Oni agent. On the behalf of the Ongoi side, there is Triplap, who is the speaker of the Gedgao, joined by the Minister of Foreign Relations, Clipbam. And so as sort of people file in, the human delegation elects to stand because the Ungoi chairs are way too small for them and too wide and too made of rocks. They start to things immediately begin to settle into an uneasy pace. The Trippy and Flip Bam are very clearly asking for weapons. Trippy says, the speaker of the Gedgao, we Ongoi have suffered underneath the boots of various Covenant species for nearly 300 years. We currently have the good graces of the unified Earth government and are the Arbiter, but given our history, we can't help but see that this may be simply a temporary situation. In the long term, the only viability of a free Ungoi species is an armed Ungoi species, one that is armed independently, capable of supplying and defending itself against those who would do us ill or wrong. Insofar as we can have diplomatic or scientific relations with the unified Earth government, we seek this out, and we welcome this. But we do not need this. In terms of, we need food, we need medicine, but the only thing we really need from the Arbiter or from President Chariot is weapons. And what are you willing to give us? Heinemann sort of mulls this over for a little bit, and he says, well, at this point, we're not prepared to authorize a weapons sale at any point, and I'm not sure that UEG would be willing to go through with a donation, or even what such a donation would look like. When he says this, Spartans, Dip Yap, you see that like Trip Yap and Flip Bam are like pretty offended. This does not go over well. And Flipbam says, if you're unwilling to defend us, you might as well just leave. We will not be your vassals. Not to the Arbiter, certainly not to the humans. Not after all that our people have been through. Heinemann says, well, we understand. We're not going to... We don't want that. The UEG doesn't want that. Oni doesn't want that. I can speak for Kesh Vadim when I say that the Arbiter doesn't want that. But at this point, we are in new territory in terms of the galaxy and what it looks like. What does diplomatic recognition of the Ungoi even look like? How representative of the Ungoi as a species is Balaho? Most Ungoi don't live here. Tripyap says, in time, this will all change in time, but this cannot change until we receive weapons from the humans. And things start going back and forth as this sort of like key sticking point never really gets resolved. Flipbam, the Minister for Foreign Relations of the Gedgao, turns to you. Dipyap, translator. You work with the Swords of St. Helios, correct?
Dipya, who this is probably the first time the Spartans and any of the other humans have seen, is not wearing his mask. He has doffed most of the heavy breather gear that is common on most Ungoi who aren't operating in friendly environments. And he looks stressed, to say the very least. Yes, I am a part of the liaison team with the Swords of St. Helios.
The Arbiter has the goodwill of the Ungoi people for liberating us from Covenant shackles. Do not get us wrong, but this well-being, this positivity we have towards the Arbiter, you must make your human friends understand that this does not extend to humanity, however much of a friend the Arbiter may be of the demons. The Flippyup says, eyeing Morrigan and Lily extremely warily.
Boo.
You must understand. And he points to Lily specifically. They helped save our people. I saw them break their chains. We may have scars from the old war, but that should not stop us from attempting to heal them. Heal our wounds together as species, cooperating with each other.
Cooperation, yes. Obviously, we want cooperation. We need cooperation. You cannot start a fire on Balaho. We need tools, we need medicine, we need technologies. None of these are things we can create for ourselves. But we cannot be vassals. Not to the Arbiter, not to Oni. The Flippyup says while pointing at Heinemann. If you cannot
can provide no defense for Heinemann.
If they are unwilling to arm us, then we will just have a second vassalship. The humans will be the new hierarchs. Make your human friends understand this.
Lily is just kind of standing there, and her eyes are shifting to Morgan in a very subtle motion of like, why the fuck did they point at me? Because they're speaking in Ungoi.
Morgan just like looks back and forth, maybe at best almost understanding a word or two, but then like not getting any of it and just
Yeah, they're speaking in
shrugs.
Ungoi, not saying Healy. You have what they are saying is genuinely incomprehensible.
Yeah, just genuine shrug. I don't know.
Trippiap sort of like puts his hand in his tiny little grunt. He puts his head in his tiny little grunt hands and just goes, ah. Human shipmaster, we need your help. But we do not want to need your help forever. And unless there can be some measure taken to address this, then we're just simply at an impasse. And then Mifune and Heinemann look at each other for a moment and say, we will speak with the UEG. This is Heinemann speaking. We will speak with the UEG. We will see what the Navy, what the civilian government are willing to give you at this point. It's, Heinemann checks his watch, February 5th. The civilian government is still getting stood up. There's a chance that you may be able to send a personal delegation to Earth. There are, in fact, is a massive Ungoi population on Earth right now, stuck there as soon as the Blooding Years broke out, left behind with no commanders. They're currently living in conditions not much better than here in refugee camps throughout Earth. If you could come and present your case to them, he leaves the sort of remainder unsaid. Tripyap and Flipbam sort of think for a minute and look at each other and speak to each other in Ungoi. And Dipyap, you overhear them. We need to be able to make our case to them. We can't ask them for goodwill, not after 30 years of the war. We need to actually meet them where they're at. Flipbam says to Tripyap. Flipbam seems to be the more pragmatic of the two. And Tripyap says, come pleading on hands and knees to the human president? No, we will not be beggars.
Which one is the more pragmatic one again? Tripman?
Flipbam, the
Yeah.
foreign minister. Tripyap,
Flip-
the speaker, seems to be pretty adamant. All black and white, so.
Dipiap speaks up. The foreign minister is correct. If we want anything, if we want Balajo to flourish, we need assistance. We cannot just restart a racist technological development from scratch, especially after so many years of servitude. The hierarchs kept us in shackles. The humans at least could give us a jump start to be a self-sufficient race again.
Tripyap sort of like chews on the inside of his mouth, sort of picking his next words. He points to Flipbam. Minister, translator, you shall go to Earth. And you shall not beg, but you shall ask the humans to give what they are willing to.
Well speaking.
Go tell the humans, he says, like unwilling to speak English to them.
Dipiap turns over to the rest of them. I and the foreign minister will go to Earth and plead Balajo's case.
Heinemann nods. We can make that happen. The site of an Ungoi in Sydney will be welcome. Spartans, Heinemann says to the two, Morgan and Lily. Could you please escort the delegation back to the Vicksburg?
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Quen, Spencer.
Yeah.
As this conversation has been going on, the crowd has been gathering outside the Gedgao, outside the Kigyar Raider. For a while, they started, tearing it apart for parts, pieces, power cores, things of this nature, things that they don't have on Balajo and desperately need. But as soon as they finish, as soon as the young guy realizing that, you're not really there to help, the crowd starts getting a bit unwieldy. Things start getting loud, things start getting noisy. Quen, as you sort of circle the plaza that Gedgao is at, you see that the crowd, which sort of risks becoming a mob, has started chanting various sort of sounds and slogans and, throwing, not rocks, but, trash at the Marines and saying Healy, protecting the building. You'll fight for us, but you won't feed us. You just want to make the Sangheili slaves. You just want to make the Ungoi your new slaves. The Arbiter is just like the Hierarchs. He wants to be an emperor. The humans eat us. Things of this nature.
Dude, I
And
think the Marine shouldn't have said that.
as sort of the rapid vibe shift turns from, affectionate to warm to desperate,
The hot.
to hot. Well, not quite hot yet. You realize you've got increasingly a situation on your hands. Quen, Spencer, you're pretty sure your delegates don't know yet while things are going outside.
We're gonna come outside and the whole city's gonna be on fire.
Quen, you get a radio call from the shipmaster. We come. How are things looking out there? We've almost reached a settlement.
The mob's getting unruly. They don't seem to be very happy out here.
They're expecting more than the Arbiter can give at this point. And there will be a delegation coming out in a few minutes. Myself, the humans, 2 Ongoi. If you could make a channel for us to get to the Phantoms, or do you think if you could make a channel for us to get to the Phantoms, we want to get out. We want to get back onto the Sword of Unity without incident.
It will be done.
As sort of shipmaster gives the orders, the crimson clad Sangheili Rangers start, not forcing, but sort of pressing their way into the crowd. This obviously gets like a horribly adverse reaction from the people. Spencer, you see the doors open behind you, and the Spartans and the delegates all come out. You've got to get to a pelican. It's about 50 yards away, through an angry mob. They start pressing against the Sangheili, and now the trash is starting to turn into rocks and bricks, with the energy shielding on the Sangheili suits, and there's not really anything to worry about. Remember, you've got those 2 IFVs behind you as well, sort of your other asset. Things are starting to look bad.
Fine, Minister, we must do something to calm the crowd.
Keep walking.
We can't leave a situation like this. It'll boil over the second we leave. We need to calm our people.
And how do you suggest we do that, diplomat? Lily and Morgan, I assume, are kind of taking a escorting defensive position between the diplomats.
It literally is like she's afraid that one of these is gonna like come in and like actually hurt Dip Yap, and so she is sort of preparing for the worst.
They are my people. We have come here to help them. Perhaps if we just speak with them.
Clearly,
We can
says
resolve this.
Heinemann, we all have pretty different definitions of help here.
Hmm. Unfortunately, we do, but I think something can be done.
If you're gonna make a statement, Dip Yap, you better make it quick.
He does. He's sort of going to waddle up to the crowd. Is there any way he can make a large enough address to where the entire crowd will hear him?
You scramble on top of one of the Oryx IFVs that the Marines are using it as a pedestal. And then one of the Marines gives you a headset that you can use the like loud hailer outside the Oryx.
Thank you. Thank you, Marie.
Don't
And
mention
Dippy
crab.
appears. Did he call? Did he call me a crab?
You sure did.
Oh dear. That's
It's
fine.
guys. Look, it's just a little bit of racism. It's just a little,
Just a little bit of banter.
just a
Dippy
microaggression, nothing to get pressed about.
Dippy thumbs the key on the loud horn and says, "Nipple brothers, nipple sisters, hear me." He's gonna wait for the crowd's attention to be drawn to him.
The crowd's shouts sort of lower down to just sort of a general royal as the crowd listens in. At that the novel at this if only at the novelty.
Yeah, I mean, he's also doing this in Ungoi. He's putting his full chest in. He's going back to being a deacon, essentially. Myself and the foreign minister will journey to Earth to ask, or to ask the. Sorry, no. Public speaking is not my strength. Public speaking is Dipiap's strength, though.
It's all good. Take your time.
Will make the journey to Earth to ask the humans for cooperation. But know this, we have all suffered in the war, some more than most. We must be resilient as a people, but we also must reach out and accept those who want to help. I ask you, my nipple sibling. I hate that's an actual form of address for the envoy.
It is. Nipple mate is the gender neutral version of it. Yeah.
Yeah, nipple mate. My nipple mates. We cannot go forward. We cannot advance ourselves if we simply turn into a mob, an angry mob when there are no handouts for us at the moment. We must be resilient as a species.
The humans want us to be defenseless. Some heckler heckles you with.
They do not. You have not seen what I have seen. The humans, though it has taken some time, it has, how to say, chafing period. The humans have helped us. The humans have freed our siblings, our nipple mates, from the bondage from those dastardly Kenya raiders. I have seen it with my own eyes.
If the humans wanted us free, they'd invade Doisak. They'd invade Ibesh and Root. Free us from the Jarlhana and Kigyar in their homes.
Is one war not enough? Has the trillions of Ungar who have died mean nothing? We have all recovered.
Go, finish.
We are all recovering from a unilateral genocide we have attempted to wage on one another through the misdirections and the plotting of the hierarchs. We all need our rest, for we burn ourselves out as a species. Humans, Sangili, Ongoi. Warmongering will get us nowhere at this moment.
I would like you to roll charm performance.
Alrighty. Nope, that's 2d10, not 2d6.
Yeah, that's incorrect. That will be too many.
Alright, charm is 4 and performance is 5, so it's a 9.
Yeah, Dippyap's a savvy operator.
Yeah, Dippyap's a savvy operator, what the hell? Dog, I think I've accidentally made the Ungoy Martin Luther King. What the fuck?
Have a
Look
dream.
at this.
Or like
Look at this.
Ongoy Thomas Sankara is what came to mind. Yeah.
I have
I
a
have a
dream.
dream.
Oh, you
Turkey
rolled
runs
it's Snake
everywhere.
Eyes. Snake Eyes. All right. I'm gonna give you. I haven't updated your character sheet to the new rules, so give yourself an awakening point. They're luck points in printing. And the crowd goes quiet for a little bit, and then some Ungoy screams out the top of their lungs, "Fuck!" Oh, that didn't.
Yeah.
And then the crowd unifies in hold
just
on.
like
The
and then a
profits.
piece of the
Fuck the
fucking.
profits. As sort of you unify the Ungoy based on the one thing that literally every creature in the galaxy can now agree on.
Profits suck.
And having successfully directed the crowd's energy away from what the humans may or may not be willing to give them today to the bigger picture, the crowd recedes right exactly as the swords of St. Helios were starting to get a little restless and grab their energy sword handles a little too tightly. And you board. The delegation is able to make their way back to the Phantom. All of you in one Phantom, because the Pelicans are dedicated to bringing the Marines and the heavy equipment back up. Several hours have passed,
I'm
and
more.
you make it back up to the. All of you are going to be on the Sword of Unity for now, because it's time for the humans to check out the Covenant ship. Human team,
Yes.
you're going to disembark from your mech for the time being. Just keep that in mind when we are rolling. You're
Lily's going to
the
feel
Jedi's
very
vehicle right now.
uncomfortable.
But the Sangheli ship is prioritized for Sanghelian, so you don't have to wear your helmets all the time now because you can breathe the air. Dip Yap, sorry, you're gonna have to put the mask back on.
Yeah. Oh, Dippy Up's gonna walk around with his engineer
And,
friend.
God, what did I name him? As you and Flip Bam, for the last time, take a deep breath of Balajo's air, step onto the Phantom, and are whisked away to the Sword of Unity. Dip Yap.
Yes.
The oh gosh. The Sergeant Schmidt sort of like, listen, I didn't hear a word of what you said, but you sure sounded convicted. You got that crowd eaten out of your hand.
Well, after all, my role previously was a deacon to rile up or to calm the nerves or rile up.
Can anyone hear Paradox? I can't hear Paradox.
What?
Someone
don't
else
think
say something. Oh, I can't hear anyone. Okay.
No.
Oh, 3, 2, 1.
Do we actually start?
Dip Yap Schmidt the Sergeant Schmidt sort of like bumps you with his elbow and says, I didn't catch a word of what you said back there, grunty boy, but it sure sounded like the crowd was eating right out of your hand.
You'll love. I would love to inform you that what they were chanting at the end was a expletive, the prophets.
Yeah. Fuck the prophets. Yeah. One thing we could all agree on. Yeah. I heard that back on St. Helios, they were literally hanging them in the streets.
Oh yes. Now I'm not a fan of overly violent acts, but if there is any species in the galaxy that deserves to be hunted to its very last, it would be the Jiharane and the Sanchayun.
I think this alliance is going splendidly. We already agree on all the important stuff, says Schmidt.
Yes, we do.
All right. And then Kesh Vadam, the shipmaster, turns to the Spartans and says, "Demons, thank you for having our backs down there. Things could have very easily turned sour, and I feel much safer having you present with us." His sort of serpentine neck sort of going between Morrigan and Lily. "You have my thanks."
This feels so weird coming from an elite.
Uh,
But
Kesh is not a normal elite.
yeah, no, this feels weird. Look, in training, fucking what was his name again?
Wait, who's Kurt?
Yeah, Kurt. Yeah, in training, Kurt was like, "All right, kids, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Them elites are probably gonna rip you in two. However, comma." And now
Yes.
I got one here thanking me. So Lily is going to kind of just stand there and give a nod of acknowledgement to him, and just kind of let out a brief "You're welcome," with a very very distinct pause between those words.
You're I don't mean to press, Demon, but you seem to be quite uncomfortable around non-humans.
I can say something really bad right now.
Good.
Lily kind of looks at the. Oh right, we're not in our
No.
uniform, so he can see my fucking my face.
You're in spy, so he sees as much as you would like him to know right now.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I'm like, he can see.
You're not in your Cyclops suits. You're in
Right,
spy.
yeah. But Lily kind of looks at the elite through the visor. He just sees the big bulb of screen staring back at him, and she will say, "A lot of years. Let's just say that this ended very suddenly for us. The war, I mean. It's jarring."
Well, speaking from my perspective, that was certainly the case as well.
And I guess
Go ahead.
then I suppose we have that in common.
You probably don't know this, but for most Sangheli born just before or during the war, a respect of humanity is quite common.
Yeah, okay, so how do I describe this for Lily and also for me? This is like, how do I say it? This is like being at a party and there's like a person there at the party, at the family party, who's not from the family, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking to you and you're just sitting there like, what do I do? uh
Wow.
Lily was trained to stab Sang Helios as crass as it may be.
Pretty much, yeah.
She was not at all planned to be conversing with a fucking shipmaster in a civil way. And also, please note, out of character for everyone, this is a 14-year-old angst-ridden rage demon.
He was abducted from a refugee camp at a young age to become a super soldier to kill the shipmaster
to kill
specifically.
this guy in specific. Or, well, not in specific, but you get what I mean. So to say she's a bit out of her element is true. This is her charm 1 coming in, where it isn't like she's completely insociable. It's that she's very bad at it. As she will say, "Thank you." Just kind of that in a uncharacteristically awkward type of tone.
He reads the awkwardness as surprise. Because he doesn't understand human expressions very well, especially when they're not covered in head to toe armor. And it's true, actually. The prophets always said that the main reason for the war was that the humans were too stupid, unworthy to understand the great journey. But if you'd spend 5 minutes fighting one, you'd learn that humans are wily.
That is certainly a word. That is out of character. That is a word. Lily will just kind of, he says then she will go, then that probably, let me think about this. I guess that explains how we were able to live for so long fighting you, all things considered.
How do you mean?
Well, I guess if the prophets were right, we would be not talking. If you
Well,
understand.
the prophets were wrong about, well, essentially everything of substance.
As I've been told.
Yeah. What about
Oh
what
wait,
about
I just remember this guy's a fucking humaboo, right?
he is a humaboo.
This is like
I
he's
did
like
actually try to. I went okay. As an aside, I did try to. I went to the conlang they made for the Paramount TV show and try to find out work out a Sangheili word for what a weeb for humans might be, and I couldn't figure it out because it was too hard. But yes, he is.
yeah. So this is like him talking. This is like for him. This is like, oh my god, I get to talk to a demon.
He's got 3 humans, including 2 demons, as sort of like a captive audience for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, and for Lily, this is here's the person you've been trained to kill for your entire life since you were like 6 years old, and he's
Now
just
you've got to make small talk with him.
and he's super excited to meet you. But Lily will, as she kind of looks to Morgan for a minute in a bit of a pleading kind of tone, a pleading kind of look that only Morgan will understand. What did he say last time? I'm sorry, I forgot because this shit's too.
Oh gosh. He uh you said that it's like, well, if the prophets were right, the war wouldn't have lasted as long. And then he said, well, the prophets were wrong about basically everything important. And then you said, well, that is something we can agree on. And then he is about to say, I suppose you never really would have any interaction with the Sanshayom. Just fortunate. They have a way of speaking that twists the mind and gets your priorities all wrong and your values backwards.
I wonder if this could relate to anything I'm part of. Nah.
Yeah.
Lily will give him a nod as she'll say, I suppose it takes a certain type of charisma to persuade several dozens of different species to undergo a, with all due respect, suicide pact.
Well, the act of creating a new galaxy is not an easy one, but it is one that my uncle has decided to undertake.
This guy is the Arbiter's nephew.
You're. That's what he seems to have said.
And that's what's going in Lily's mind, and she's just like, why me?
Morgan's going to like put a hand on Lily's shoulder. Both to reassure her, but they both know it's also to hold her back.
Morgan is just thinking at any moment Lily's gonna become the fucking FNAF 2 Foxy jump scare.
The scars of the war run deep within people like us.
That is most certainly true. In time, I'm certain we shall all learn exactly how long the mind of humanity can be. For better and worse, better for you, most certainly. Humans are, as you say, top dog in the galaxy.
We're also emotional creatures.
Well, All creatures are emotional creatures. It's just a question of our societies, our cultures, how we interact. But each of us have to learn from the other. My uncle and I are convinced each of us has lots to learn from the other. And from the Kigyar and the Ongoi and the Mlekolo and even the Jiralhanai, maybe.
Maybe. Emphasis on maybe.
Emphasis on maybe. Well, you will soon be guests aboard my ship. Despite our alliance, I do recommend that you stay close to myself.
Yes, check.
Demons. I have a question. Are you sisters?
Lily will look to Morrigan.
Not by blood.
Yes.
He nods very sagely. It's like, ah, yes.
This is just like my.
This is just like me in my culture. And I understand you may not be able to answer this. How does a human become a demon?
Let's call it.
Morgan is going
There.
to give you the look.
Yeah, no. Lily is looking, and Morrigan is looking, and they're looking at each other, and she'll just
You
say,
see, I presume that it happens similarly to how a Sangheili becomes a zealot. If you kill enough people, enough enemies on the battlefield, they start inviting you to different zealot chapters and different fleets. But you both seem, pardon if I am wrong, you do not seem aged enough to have gathered the hundreds of personal kills on the battlefield that it takes to enter the core zealots. Perhaps you did since you became demons, but not
Did he
before.
Did he just clockwork 14?
No, but he did say that most Sangheili become zealots when they're 50 or 60, which for the equivalent of a human would be like being 40, like entering middle age. And he is nowhere near astute enough to like realize you're teenagers, but he is astute enough to realize you're not almost 50.
Lily will just look, as Morgan gives her the look, Lily kind of goes quiet for a moment and just say, maybe another.
Another time then. I apologize. I have overstepped. Well,
There's a kind of deep breath that only Lily can hear in her helmet as she is kind of saying this through slightly gritted teeth. Not fully, but it's no problem at all, Shipmaster.
A person who will make you believe the opposite. She sort of says, not to anyone, just in the room, and doesn't really clarify.
in time, humans and others, the Phantom lands aboard the quite spacious hangar bay of the Sword of Unity. It's a frigate, which is just slightly smaller than a human cruiser. It is much bigger and more spacious than Vicksburg is, despite them both ostensibly being like having the same type of mission. It's like almost triple the size. As you land in the hangar bay, you see that most of the Sangheili aboard have eschewed like bunks and barracks entirely and have just pitched tents around campfires on the massive hangar floor. The Phantom doors open, and the hum of chatter, of talk aboard the Sangheili vessel all dims to silence when they see the demons.
This is more comfortable than having to do small talk with a shipmaster, believe it or not.
This is basically just like a social boarding action. Uh, Keshvadim is joined by a burly, short elite in white armor and like a slender, quite young elite in blue armor. He gestures to the one in white armor. This is Fusho Srao. He is he is an ultra who is serving us as a specialist in boarding actions. And this is Nalo Kazar. He is the master of the superiors. I believe the human term is my chief of staff. If there's anything that we can do for you humans while you are aboard us, please direct it to either me or Nalo. You are guests of the shipmaster, though. You shall not be allayed in any way.
So it's all the humans on the ship, right?
So the human delegation consists of Spencer, the Spartans, Captain Mifune, Major Litvak, and the Oni agent.
Lily is gonna look to Second Lieutenant Spencer, and then to the captain, because they're higher rank, and I'm not being directly addressed. So
The captain, Captain Mifune, bows respectfully to the arbiter, not to the arbiter, to the shipmaster, and
He's in here right now.
he's
we're already on St.
He's only Arbiter's nephew. And it says, "We accept your gift in the spirit in which it was given. Thank you for inviting us aboard your vessel. I believe this may be one of the first times, certainly since excluding the Battle of the Ark, the first time that humans have so willingly and so warmly been received aboard a vessel of the Sangheli." Cash sort of glows at sort of the praise. It says, "I must depart now to attend to some shipboard facilities. We have been gone for nearly a day. Nalo Kazar will take care of you." And he gestures to the elite that's even younger than he is. So, Nalo, the shipmaster sort of wanders off, his golden armor glinting in the diminishing light as he walks away from the campfires of the elites camped in the hangar. And, sorry. And then Nalo Kazar, the younger elite, says, "Well, humans, have any of you ever been on a Covenant ship before?"
Not during peace times.
Not and then Morgan says it as Lily was about to say, not outside of simulations, and Lily is just like,
Well, this is a pattern of ship that did not regularly see frontline service, so it's quite easy to get lost. Frankly, a lot of the other younger recruits also get lost in the thing constantly. That's why we make them camp in the hangar. He sort of breathes a sigh and you get sort of a brief glimpse into this world where the where he's constantly forced to be in charge of all of these very young warriors with basically no training who have been given free reign over the ship that is way bigger than they actually need.
so he's like a chaperone, or
He's basically a chaperone. Yeah, chief of staff is extremely euphemistic. We were perhaps wondering, this is something we were discussing on the way up, but we have some training weapons and munitions, and we think that in the spirit of future cooperation and perhaps some friendly competition, we might arrange some kind of. I'm struggling to find the human word for it. I don't know. Well, we organize into 2 teams, and then each team is given one objective, one prize. And your goal is to protect your own and capture the enemy ones and return
Capture the
to
flag?
your base. Well, what an uncharacteristically literal name from the humans, but I suppose that works. Yes.
One of the
Well,
nations on Earth is a collection of kingdoms. We call it the United Kingdom.
How many kings do they have?
Okay, so we're just lying now. So we're just lying now.
shipmaster there. Yeah, yanking your chain to borrow a human expression.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's a pinnacle of a human expression. It doesn't make any sense outside of context. When you hear it in the sentence, you just understand. Anyways, how for a game?
So
Aliens
Lily's gonna
versus
look at
humans.
so Lily's gonna look at Morgan, right? And Morgan's gonna look to Lily, and Morgan, you're gonna be hit with flashbacks of Lily going absolutely fucking crazy at fucking capture the flag during training.
Be
Yeah,
nice
he
to
looks.
them.
He
They're
looks at the lieutenant. Will you join us?
Spencer looking up to the two fucking Spartans like, am I allowed?
Paradox, you there?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So that settles it. We'll use one. We'll reposition some of the ships to act as cover, and then it will be us. It'll myself, Dip Yap, and Rakam on foot against the Spartans, and what do they call ODSTs? They got a name for them, like devils, imps, and the imp, the two demons and the imp.
That sounds good to me.
Dip Yap is going to look up at Lily and Morgan and just, oh no.
And we're gonna look down. Can I roll an intimidation check? Not even consciously. It just happens.
Yeah, roll me.
Yeah, it just happens.
Let's see what that's going to be. You're not mad, so let's make this poise intimidation.
Poise into. Oh god. Oh god. That's a 10.
This is going to be a contested roll against Dip Yap rolling.
Funnily enough, I have cowardly, so I
poise and composure.
3 poise, 2 composure, so 5.
But you have to re-roll if you succeed.
Yeah,
But if you get a tiebreaker,
I got a 5.
unless you get a tiebreaker,
I got a 5. I got a 5.
All right, Lily, what was your roll?
All right, I'm gonna roll now. Oh, that's a 6 on a 10, so that's 5 successes.
Well, actually, you both. Okay, so that's 1 failure versus 5 successes. Dip Yap, take 2 mind damage.
Fair enough.
Well
Fair
done,
enough.
my boy.
Yip Yip sort of, jumps back a bit as Lily looks at him.
Not only do you jump back, you sort of scamper around and then hide behind Quen.
Yeah, fair enough.
And Lily's gonna watch that happen and then look up to Quem. And then she's gonna turn to Morgan. And then she's gonna slowly turn to Spencer and look down at Spencer, towards Spencer.
Actually,
It's a shaky as head.
Nalo steps forward. You make a decent point, Lily. You make a decent point, demons. This is clearly an unfair match. Perhaps we need to level the playing field a little bit. And then you hear a plonk, 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 plonk as 2 hunters clamber into the hangar.
Oh,
about now?
No. Lily will turn to what's his name?
Nalo Kazar.
Lily will look to Nalo and look him in the eye with her fucking big dork helmet and give a thumbs up.
He sort of awkwardly shapes his own thumbs up. It's not as easy to do with the saying healing hands because their thumbs and middle fingers are such drastically different sizes. But then he goes over with the alien team to go strategize. Quen, Dip-Yap, the strategy is pretty straightforward. The hunters will protect the flag, and you two will go get it. We'll go get the human team flag. Quen, you are not in your banshees. You are rolling with 2 dice. Just
Okay.
so we're all on the same page.
I'm gonna go crash the banshee into them.
Yeah. Get a splatter with the banshee.
Yeah.
Lily goes flying across the hangar.
All right, Lily, Morrigan, Spencer. What's the plan?
So, Lily is gonna look to Morgan, and she's gonna begin to start making hand gestures, and then stop and look to Spencer, realizing he doesn't understand what Lily is saying, since these are
Yeah.
personalized Spartan hand signals that only Spartans know, and lower her hand.
The hunter might kill him.
can't-
Spencer's just staring at you. Like,
Wow.
it just kind of gives you a slight shrug as it like, just the, what was that kind of look.
Lily, like, as Morgan says, they might kill Spencer. Lily will say, there's a 50-50 chance they're either being used as a rear guard or a vanguard. It's probably best to have the second lieutenant defend the flag while you and I try to deal with any potential interceptors.
Sounds good to me.
As a reminder to Morrigan, Lily, and Quen, you all have active camouflage that has both like RP and rules impacts. So don't forget that.
If one of us,
All right. Go.
if we leave the flag undefended, one of us can stay behind and, well, pretend it's undefended. Get the drop on anybody who tries to take it.
Lily will nod. Doesn't the second lieutenant also have an optical camera?
It's
No.
not per. It's the visor can't. You'd have to be really close to someone with active camouflage on in order to even get a hint that they were there. At any kind of range, it would be useless.
Might be best. Well, what weapons do we have on us? What weapons
You
have
have each. Hold on. It's on your character sheet. Just assume you're taking sim rounds, tactical training rounds. You know, you're not actually hurting them. So it looks like Morgan, you've got an MA5K, a sniper rifle, and a knife. Lily, you've got twin magnums and an AR, and also a sniper rifle.
Wait, are these really loaded?
I mean, they are loaded, but yeah, we're just gonna. A Pelican came aboard and swapped them out for TTRs. You're good. That just if you get hit by a bullet, you'll just sort of freeze up until the round is declared over.
Yeah. So, okay. Morgan is definitely the more long range of us, right? So it might be a good idea to have Morgan stick behind and maybe take up a sniper position. Wow.
And then have Lily and Spencer together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have Spencer basically provide covering fire. Well, both of them provide basically covering fire. Morgan with Overwatch, Spencer with covering fire, and Lily doing the big fighting.
All right. Sounds like we've got our plans in order then. Meanwhile, sort of over in like an elevated section on top of a Phantom, the major, the captain, the Yoni agent, Nalo, Kazar, and Fusho all sort of take seats. Sort of doing doing the Singhili equivalent of passing around a big bowl of popcorn. And then Nalo stands up and says, "In the spirit of friendship, alliance, and competition, these heroes will wage combat for honor in this game of, what did you call it? Capture the flag. He passes like a hammer to Captain Mifune. Captain Mifune strikes a gong, and y'all roll for initiative.
Okay, what do we roll?
Keen and awareness. Actually, no, that's a. Let's. This is a training, so it shouldn't be like the normal roll. Let's do tact and tact athletics. And put your results in the VC text, please. Lily has 5. Morgan has 2. Okay, so we are going to be doing shuffle deck initiative. So everyone is going to be like stacked up, but then it's going to alternate human, alien, human, alien, human, alien. So that no team goes all at once.
Okay. So the fastest go first and the slowest of each team go last, basically.
Correct, yes. Okay, Quinn has 2. Perry, are you back yet? You're not Perry. Pancake, are you back yet?
Pancake, yeah.
No, still gone, I think. Well, I'll roll. Okay.
It's okay. I'll solo this.
All right. Well, we'll see how the hunters do. Paradox, you got your roll?
Yes.
You need to tap out?
What two are we talking about?
It's tact athletics for initiative for the CTF game.
Right. Let me make sure.
One success from Dip Yap.
Yeah, one success.
Okay, Dip Yap. 1. And then Spencer. 1. So the teams are going to go Lily, Gwen, Morrigan, Dip Yap, Spencer, and then the hunters. All right, and then we are going to, what was the narrative point roll? All right, we're just going to split the narrative roll. Humans get 5 narrative points. Aliens get 5 narrative points.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So they otherwise behave as normal. They just, and actually, no. It's, you have 7. Let's round you up to 8. So you each get 4, and then I get 2. Okay. Lily, go. The gong sounds.
Lily is going to look like she's about to break. Well, she's going to go into a jog, which is probably a bit of a sprint for Spencer. But she's going to immediately head out of the I guess the base, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Sniper
It's just a phantom with the doors open, but yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna rush out the phantom, sniper rifle in hand, and while she's running or sprinting or jogging, basically Halo run, the classic Halo run.
Yeah,
she's
running
gonna
but
be-
not sprinting. Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna be looking down the scope of the sniper, aimed towards where the enemy team should be. So if anyone peeks out, they're gonna get their head blown schmoove off, but like not lethally. But while she's doing that, she is looking at the nearest cover that can house both her and Spencer, and making her way to it while motioning for Spencer to follow.
It's largely just sort of a series of vehicles sort of set up into a classic multiplayer 3-lane map. The left has some elevation elements to it. The center is open, and then the right is narrow.
Gotcha.
So you take a look down top mid. You see the tops of the heads of the two hunters, but nothing else, where the flag ought to be.
Is going to, as making her way to cover, she's going to just like duck into cover and say to Spencer, "They have the two hunters. They have the two. The two hunters are currently blocking the objective. So that means the elite and the grunt are currently on their way to try that." Sorry, let me rephrase that. That means the elite and the grunt are currently acting as vanguard. They'll probably be making a push.
All right, you get that message across, and then that will be. Let's count that move and communication as your action, and let's make it Quen's turn.
All right. I don't believe I actually have active
Oh, you don't. You.
camouflage. So I want to try to sneak around one of the sides.
Okay, sneak around on a flank move. Roll
Yeah.
me poise stealth.
Poise stealth. Sorry. All right, that is 5 successes.
Nice. All right, so you and you're gonna make this a Lily. You're going to contest this roll with your keen and awareness.
All right. Huh. Keen and awareness. Six successes.
Oof. So you do hold on, I was looking at the wrong one. Nope, I was looking at the right one. When you do successfully get up into a position, you get up into like the top level of the I can't call it that, the west route, let's say. I guess right and left swaps for you, which is sort of the one with the increased elevation element. You do successfully get into a position, a really good position, with your plasma rifle drawn, but you do sprint for just a second, and Lily, your motion tracker catches a hint of Quen's location. You don't know exactly where he is, but you have a general direction.
He's someone's west from us.
Okay. Morgan.
Oh yeah, could I relay that to Morgan?
Yes, you do. You did that. Yeah, you do that. The happens also. I won't even consider that a reaction. You just reported it. But it is now Morgan's turn. Okay.
Hello. We don't have a sheet, correct? We're just doing this offhand.
No, we don't have it. We don't have one. I was like, oh, I should make a sheet. I'm like, hey, Goman, could I have the template combat sheet? He's like, there isn't a template combat sheet. I'm like, okay, I don't know enough to make one. So
Morgan's going to stay hidden near the flag. And this is all happening on the ship itself, right?
yeah, in the hangar bay of the Sword of Unity.
Okay. She's just going to hold action then. Remain near the flag
Action?
itself. Oh.
Okay. I'm just sort of marking it down.
Yep, hold action, remain near the flag itself. Anytime anyone is picking up, she's going to roll to sort of do a cheeky little spawn camp. And she'd probably be called to slur for this if she did this in the actual game.
The Fuchsia Sraum, the crotchety white armored elite who's missing an eye, so sort of stands up and yells, "The humans are camping! Bad form!"
Lily's just gonna think to herself, shit, I guess we really do have things in common.
And with that, you're in the hold action. Dip Yap, your turn. You still out of action, Pancake?
He's typing.
Oh god.
He's typing.
Alt tab.
Also, aren't we camping the flag with hunters?
Well, they're hunters.
Wow.
That's what they're for. Look, when Spartans are
True,
camping,
true,
that's the
true.
problem.
It's different because we.
Okay,
Yes.
rushing from cover to cover. Roll me poise acrobatics.
Let's see.
What'd you roll? Oh, 2 failures. You run into the east lane, the one that's like the narrower one. That's more of a channel, and then like right as you come around the corner to where human base is, you trip and fall. Loudly alerting all the humans to your presence. Yeah.
Wait. I have a gift for this.
Morgan's like, she's invisible so nobody can see, but she's going to like look through her sniper scope, see this, and then like look up from it and like, oh man, I don't want to do this.
You've done it before though. Many, 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 many times. Unless you're gonna take a reaction, then it will be Spencer's turn.
Yeah, Morgan will use her action to shoot at Dip Yap.
All right, make me a just poise firearms. Poise firearms bonus of 2 for a stationary target.
3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, what's the stat block of a sniper rifle? 8 pierce of 6. So that's 8 with 2 more damage on top of that. Yeah. So mark yourself down 1 ammunition. So that's you now have 3. Dip Yap, you're going to take. How many successes was that again?
That's 3 successes.
3 successes. Take 10 damage, Dip Yap. Oh, yeah, Dip Yap, you're down for the count.
This is when you start playing fucking Claire the Loon, you know?
Yeah, Dip Yap is dead, yeah. Dip Yap, you get hit by a TTR round square in your chest. The paint goes over you, freezing you for the end of the match.
Lily will hear the sniper shot, the impact, and then just lower her lower her sniper, and then just go enemy down, and she's gonna draw her assault
Tango down.
I
Yeah,
think I
Tango
did
down.
an international offense.
It's consensual.
Consensual. Fucking, he was like, "This will be fair if we had." Nalo was like, "This will be fair if we have 2 elites." First minute of the round, Dip Yap gets fucking shot.
Strength in numbers, which Dip Yap
Like
does
a
not.
real, now Dip Yap's being like a real public figure, huh?
Spencer, your turn.
Seeing as the Spartans are doing what Spartans do, Spencer's going to focus on the flag
All right. Are you good? What lane are you gonna take? High route, wide route, narrow route?
I'm gonna take the wide route, hopefully flanking around, keeping out of the way.
All right, sticking to the corners. Roll me poise, and if you're gonna stay sneaky, like poise stealth.
Then 2 and a 2, 6 successes.
6 successes, nice. You're going to contest that with Quen's keen and awareness. Actually, Quen, roll keen and awareness, please.
Oh, awareness. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, sorry, bear with me.
It's all good.
Three. I got 3 successes.
All right. You are so concerned about trying to locate where the Spartans are, you don't notice Spencer just sort of like slip out into the middle lane. Spencer, you get like about halfway across the middle lane, and then you start like you're really close to the hunters now.
Let's see.
Speaking of the hunters, oof. Um, Spencer, could you roll me a Keenan stealth again?
The one thing I'm 3 successes.
You as you sort of step around a corner to where the hunters are, due to just unfortunate circumstance, one of them happens to be just sort of like watching the corner you come around really astutely. You're able to jump back in time, but not before a training fuel rod gun round splashes to your right, narrowly missing you.
Let's see.
uh and that's the hunter's turn. So we are back to the top of the stack. Lily, your turn.
Do we have grenades on us or
Yep.
they're trained? Well, I know what I'm doing. Uh, Lily is going to make note of where she saw the location of the marker that popped up. You know, the one that didn't get its fucking shit blown schmoove off. She's gonna prep a flash grenade and she's gonna fucking send it in the direction.
In the direction of
Go.
the hunters.
Uh,
Oh, Quen.
Well, of Quen, yeah.
Okay. Roll me wrath. Grit ordnance.
Grit ordnance. Ordnance. That's 4 successes.
You're gonna contest that with Quen. Roll keen and awareness, please.
Keen awareness. Got it. I got 5 successes.
How many did you have, Swappy?
4, so he beat me by 1.
Yeah, so you hear the grenade splat, that you hear the grenade like land next to you. What do you do?
Do I have time to like puff it back?
Yes. If you roll me poise ordnance with a malice of 2. No, malice of 1.
Boys, ordinance. That's a singular success.
That's all you need. You grab the grenade. Just real quick, you slap it back in the direction that it came from. Mark, that's you've now done your reaction. Um, and the grenade, Lily, sort of clatters back in front of your eyes, and there's a flash and a bang, and you
Ah,
you cannot
and
see nor hear until next turn.
shit, yeah, she's gonna duck back into cover, letting out a bit of a.
Actually, I forgot. You have sharp instincts. You do have one more reaction.
Oh, I do. I think Lily is gonna actually, time to do what she was gonna do, but just a little bit faster now. She is going to sprint out of cover and start making her way towards the location of Quen. But take cover somewhere.
Roll me grit.
What was spotting Quen with Quen with the scanner a reaction?
No, that was a result of a failed check of Quinn's.
Then
Not a failed check, but like a lost contested check. So that doesn't count as a reaction. But we are at the top of a new turn right now. So you've only done your action and you still have both of your reactions left.
Yeah.
So roll me, gosh, what did I say? Poise? Maneuver.
Poise maneuver at a +1 because of my my thing and reflexes. So
Yes.
poise, that's an 11 threshold. That is 4 successes.
All right, mark yourself as having spent a reaction and having one reaction left. You sort of clamber out of the way of the rebounded flash grenade and are able to get undercover and slightly ahead. You now know exactly where Quen is, but Quen now knows exactly where you are.
Oh boy.
All right. Speaking of, Quen's turn.
Hey, so did the Spartan get closer to me?
Technically, yeah. Yes, like closer in absolute values, but is now behind cover.
Cool, cool.
I would say you're in short range now.
Short range. Right. So easy to get to melee range, one might
Quite
say.
easy. Quite. In fact,
As
all one would have to do is just sort of vault the cover.
I, and I think that's a great idea as I look to the energy sword on my hip that is definitely set to training mode and not.
Oh yeah, that's a real mode that exists for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's like a lightsaber.
It's like a lightsaber. Yeah,
It's made
it
of
exists.
styrofoam.
They just never talk about it. Yeah.
As
All
I'm
right.
going to vault cover and going to stab the Spartan.
All right. So we're gonna do this all at once. Let's make it a grit athletics.
Sure, great athletics. Two success.
All right. Uh, Lily, you're hiding behind cover. And all of a sudden, Gigantic Elite just sort of jumps over you and then whips around.
He's gonna be drawing one of her magnums.
Energy sword at the ready. The energy sword plunges towards you. You have one reaction. What are you gonna do?
Oh, did that count as an attack?
Yes, that's there's gonna be a separate melee roll that comes later because this is sort of all in one action. But
All
this
right.
is after the vault, before the melee roll.
Lily is, I guess, just gonna jump back, raise her assault rifle and her magnum, and just start firing.
All right, make me Wrath firearms.
Wrath, firearms, +1. That's a 9.
Is this the Flash Spartan?
No, Spartan got flash. She did
No.
barely roll well enough to not flash herself.
I jumped. We did the same thing. We decided that cover is for pansies.
Yes, our honorable duel in the open.
Oh, what was that? What was that roll, Lily?
Sorry.
Oh, good. I thought you already made it.
Uh, six successes.
Woof. In all right. So that's you're attacking with both the magnum and the assault rifle, right?
Yeah, I think if I separate it, I'll separate it to 2 successes on the magnum and 4 successes on the assault rifle.
All right. So with 2 successes on the magnum, that's a total of 8 damage, which is enough to pop Spencer's shields, but then do like negate that. But then the assault rifle damage comes through with a 4, which Quen, do you have any reactions left?
I think I used my reaction to knock back the grenade.
No, that was the end of the previous turn. That
Oh,
was a
then-
that was a reaction during Lily's turn.
Okay. Then I think I have a reaction.
I think yeah, you do have a reaction. You see that as you jump over, just before you make your melee check, which you're going to make now actually as a wrath melee. How many successes was that again, Swappy?
6.
6. All right.
2 on the 2 on the magnum, 4 on the assault rifle.
All right. From this, and now you're going to make a contested melee check, and the winner of this gets the other basically. So Prophet, make me a wrath melee.
Yeah, give me just a second.
All good. Actually, no.
Okay. All right, you
Grit
said
melee. Grit melee. Sorry,
grip melee. Okay.
you're not mad.
Sorry, I was
didn't do
having
the
a sip of
thing.
alcohol.
You didn't do the thing that elites do when you pop their shield, where they go. "Arrgh!"
No, yeah, that's it's a harmful stereotype.
Yeah, that's actually really offensive that you'd say that.
Dude, uncool.
Look, I get I kill or I probably helped kill like a bunch of your people or something,
did.
but that's kind of offensive.
I know I genocided your planet or something, but like, like
No,
you're
not-
being
not-
really.
Okay, I rolled 5 and that's on a 10, so that is 6 successes.
Oh, that's a 10.
Oh, that's a tie. But Morrigan, don't you automatically win?
But I could
Oh. You
Mm.
won't. None of you have touched your narrative points. Just pointing that out apropos of nothing.
I was gonna say I still got it. So if I technically fail, I could re-roll the check.
You didn't though. You passed. It's just a question of passing by a high enough margin. Let's see. What I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spend a narrative point, which will then go to Team Humans, and then the Quen, you sort of make a swipe as sort of the as the burst from the magnums pops your shields. You are able to take advantage of the flash caused by the shields going down to swipe the firearms out of Lily's hands.
Oh,
And then with that, the turn goes to Morrigan.
Huh.
It's okay. Spencer's still got it.
Dip Yap was presumably the only person. Can Morgan see all of this?
Yes. They're too close. Like they're too close to each other. You can't get a shot on. Well, I guess you could try, but you don't have a clear shot on Quen because like Lily is so close.
What are the hunters doing?
Fucking around with Spencer on the other side of the map.
He's so small and fun to play with, and they're like pinning him around like a pinball.
Not that.
Not that. Not. It hasn't gotten that bad yet.
Can
Also,
Morgan...
am I in the Cyclops right now?
Yeah, you are in your Cyclops. The Spartans are. You are.
Oh, I thought he was just like going at it. Okay, never mind.
No.
Wait, Dip Yap was naked, but Spencer isn't?
Correct.
What?
damn, that's why they gave us the hunters. I see.
Yeah, because it was either give Dip Yap the goblin suit or get the hunters in, and they wanted to get the hunters in. Although there will be a slight rebalancing of the teams for round 2, so
Morgan's gonna take a pot shot at one of the hunters. Like, Lily
Alright.
probably has this, you know.
Okay. Morgan, make me a poise firearms.
Hold on, I need to use the success calculator for this. 6 successes.
All right, so that is 8 plus an extra 5 of piercing damage. You hit it and do a little damage.
Blink.
I mean, you literally did some damage. You reduced its armor by 1.
Ow.
Because remember, hunters use vehicle rules. And so it takes 5 damage of small arms to do 1 damage of vehicle. So, thanks Pierce and the 1 walker frame damage that the sniper rifle does. But you have successfully drawn their attention away from Spencer. They're now looking in your general direction, sort of screaming incoherently. Dip Yap, you want to do anything while you're down for the count? Or shall we skip your turn?
Oil.
Oil up.
Pancake?
Dip Yap oiling up.
Must be away from the computer.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. In that case,
Dip Yap is indisposed, and I'm okay because I'm juggling a lot right now.
it's all good. We'll just kind of skip your turn because you're down for the count. That means it is Spencer's turn. Well, one of the hunters has now been distracted on account of being sniped in the head by Morgan, but on account of being a hunter, being sniped in the head doesn't really do much. So
Yeah.
There's more skull than brain.
well, they don't have skulls or brains.
They got armor.
They are made of let go.
They are literally
Whole bunch of worms.
They're literally just a bunch of worms.
Would you still
Bunch
love
of
me?
worms.
Would you still love me if I was a hunter?
Would you still love me if I was a colony of worms entombed in like a massive suit of like ship grade armor plating? To which the answer is obviously.
I didn't know this. I hate this information.
All right, Spence, what's the move?
I'm gonna hit him with the shoulder-mounted fusil cannon.
Roll me let's do that as a regular shot.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind you are hitting it from the front, so whatever the damage is, it will be greatly reduced.
It's 8.
8 successes?
No, I mean it's like the damage is like 8.
Oh yeah. Be sure to check it as used because this is that weapon, your shoulder mounted cannon, has a cooldown.
Gotcha.
Make me a
Tact keen.
let's do a keen shot. Actually, tact. You're close. You're at close range.
8 successes.
8 successes.
Wait,
All right. You rolled that with 3 dice, right?
that's what I just remembered.
Okay, just wanted to double check.
Definitely fireable.
Because you rolled a 4, and obviously a 4 on a 3d6 is possible. I just wanted to double check.
That's. So I just had to remember if it's potential or new type. I think potential.
It was what?
I got 2 1s and a 3.
So you rolled a okay, that's 7 successes. All right, so you hit it you fire at close range with your fusel cannon, and you directly sort of smack the front hunter right in its battle plate shield. However, the energy weapon on training mode, I assure you, does manage to sort of get around there and do considerable damage to the hunter. Worms sort of fly off, and some fluorescent, iridescent orange blood patters the ground. All training, of course.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's literally a bunch of worms. They will be
The
fine.
worms are playing along.
Though the worms have a flair for the dramatic.
They put squirt. I can't believe the worms put fucking those fucking the what are they called? Squirts, whatever, for movies with the fake blood. I can't believe
Squibs. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe they put squibs on them. That's so considerate.
Hunter Theater is amazing. They are the Hunter special effects.
You might not believe this, but the hunters are actually very entrenched in theater. You should really see a hunter show. It's something else.
As sort of you hit his bond brother, though, the other hunter is going to take a shot at you. Hold on, I need 3. I'll just roll that one. 7, 9. Oh no, threshold. All right, you get at nearly point blank range, though. The hunter's bond brother fires its fuel rod gun into you, and you are going to take a grand total of 5 damage.
Obviously in training mode.
Obviously in training mode, yeah. Which actually, that's all going to go. So you're going to have shield negation, so just mark your shield down as 0, and we'll proceed from that point of the program. But remember, if you are able to go a full turn without damage, your shields will regenerate. So you've got the flashing red. Your screen flashes red as the fuel rod gun slams into you, and the Bond brothers sort of stand up and retake their places. With that, the turn resets. Unset your actions and reactions. Lily, your weapons have been freshly slashed out of your hands by Quinn. What's the move?
Well, take out the knife and do what she does best, which is speed. She knows that sword is a lot more dangerous than a knife. So she's going to immediately put her full body into just running. She's gonna hit the sprint, basically go around him, make him think she's about to attack, then duck out, go from another angle, and then try to put him in a position where it's a obvious you're dead, so tap out type situation.
Okay. For this maneuver, I'm going to have you first do a contested poise melee against one of Quen's. Quen will also do a poise melee.
Sure.
Keep your reaction though, Quinn.
All right.
That's 6 successes.
I got 4.
So you successfully pull off the move, sort of sprint, then spin around, and then get behind. Well, what exactly do you do? What's sort of the physical situation and positioning here?
So he sees her, and then all of a sudden she's basically gone as he hears the clamoring of her armor boots hitting the ground, going from behind him, coming to a stop. He's gonna turn around, she's gonna see him going for a knife strike, but as he goes to react, she's gonna immediately duck out of the way again and go from a completely different angle towards his neck.
And Quinn, you are just slightly too late. However, this whole process does take a little bit of time, and if you do want to interrupt it, if some narrative points were spent, you could use your reaction to do something.
You know what? Sure. I guess instead, like, maybe instead of looking like he's about to like try to parry her or something, he actually will jump back instead, which
Okay.
might throw really off.
Yeah, so in that case, I'll have you. This will take your reaction, and I'm gonna have you roll keen melee. Not keen melee. Grit melee.
Grip melee.
Mhm.
Awesome. Double 3s, which makes that 5 success.
5 successes. All right, you jump back out of the range. You're back in the fight. It's still on, and it is most importantly now your normal turn, Quinn.
So that means my reactions are reset. So let me reset.
You have
that.
one react. Yeah, so you have done your action. You should still have one.
I have two.
Yeah, well, that combo move of the maneuver with the knife strike, that's going to be an action and a reaction, but I do want you to still have that second reaction in your pocket.
Okay.
Because you're kind of doing 2 actions at once, so I'll take one of your reactions and leave you the other one.
Okay.
But it's Quen's turn now.
Yeah.
If Quen does not have any reactions left, you should have one.
Okay. Reaction. Okay. I think I'm gonna try to essentially rush the Spartan.
Okay. Let's make a grit melee for that. How does Lily respond to the
melee.
rush?
I think she's gonna once again try to basically outmaneuver him. You know, as he's gonna go, she's gonna go under him and then basically do an uppercut with the knife, but stop right before, she actually hits him and causes an international incident.
All right. In that case, Lily, you're going to contest this with a melee poise if you want to spend your last reaction.
Melee, poise, and I'm gonna spend a narrative point.
All right, go for it.
I have a
Quen,
threshold of
roll-
12.
Quen, what was the roll? What was your result? Sorry.
I rolled a 3, so I got 8 successes.
8 successes.
That's also a 3. 10 successes. This was very close. I'm sweating.
The crowd goes crazy as Lily slides beneath the energy sword and then gently places the flat edge of her knife against Quen's femoral artery, signifying a simulated knife kill. Quen, you're out for the round.
Yeah, he'll deactivate his sword and then I'm trying to think about Healy's sign of respect.
They just bow generally.
Yeah. He'll give Lily a little bow of respect to that. As I guess he just will stand there or
I just sort of sit cross-legged and wait for it
just
to end.
sit down, cross legs.
It's to see what these fuckers do about the hunters.
Yeah.
Lily is going to see the nod. She's gonna, move the knife away and give him a nod, which is, as he may know, from maybe the shipmaster's huma booing, is also considered generally a sign of respect among humans. And then she's gonna go and
at this display of mutual martial respect, the crowd truly is just hooting and hollering on their feet right now. They live for this shit.
and
Yes, the
she's gonna
shipmaster has told me the distinction between an up nod and a down nod.
That's crucial. That's crucial. You see, Dip Yap understands that intuitively, though. You need to have it explained to you.
yeah.
You
Was it a
see,
downwards nod?
and after that honorable display, it is now Morrigan's turn.
Just seeing all of this, and also, having how would you say? Morgan is going to sort of just abandon her post because now only dealing with the hunters, she's going to just use her action to try and get over to Lily. So they can.
You don't have to do that as an action. We'll just you catch up with Lily. You're not far.
Okay. In that case, Morgan, in the midst of this, plinks the hunter. Lily's in the knife fight. She's just going to be running for the flag.
Okay, you're just gonna make a mad dash for the flag. Let's see how
Mad
far you get. Roll me. Poison maneuver.
It's gotta be 3. And maneuver. Three successes.
3 successes. All right, you sort of give Lily a pat on the back for that good knife work, and you sort of sprint across the map. You're right up next to Spencer right now. That's going to be your action.
Mm-hmm.
Dip Yap. Pass. Spence. Spencer, it's your turn. Paradox?
Thank you.
Oh, it's all good. You need a minute?
Hunter.
Yeah, 2 hunters actually in short range. One of them in melee range.
In melee range.
I get ahead of myself. One of them about to close into melee range.
I don't think I'm ready for that smoke, I'll be honest.
It's still your turn though. Action and reaction both.
Can't the hunter jump?
They can like hop. They can't really jump.
They're quite heavy.
No, I mean, don't they have like a thing that lets them not fly, but like do basic jumps?
They can sort of like leave the armor behind and like move the worms up somewhere and then like pull the armor up behind them, but like that's not really something.
No.
The
Not the hunter, sorry. The runting.
Oh, the Cyclops.
Yeah.
No, they have little like boost jets. They'll not fly, but sort of like make
like
dashes
you know,
forward and
like
back. Yeah. Sorry,
Starship Trooper jumps, fucking
sort of. Yeah, you
pops,
can basically it operates like the thrusters in Halo 4 and 5. So
I'm kind of thinking I want to like jump to get around them to like probably get to their back and hit their back with the
all right,
with
let's
my
do that.
weapon missiles, the minigun.
Let's go for it. Let's make me a regular move check.
Check. Will I succeed? Versus 8. 7 successes. Sorry, that's
That
Right.
seems
That is
That was-
because of transform.
okay.
That's 6 success.
6 successes. All right. So hitting you hit the thrusters and sort of dash around. You are sort of perpendicular to the where the hunters were facing right now, and being hunters, they're gonna probably take a till their full turn to move. So you've got them on the side right now.
Right. I'm going to basically shoot the them in the back with the backpack missiles.
All right, move and shoot. Make that a snapshot,
Snapshot.
and then this will be your full action.
Gotcha.
Actually, missile, snapshot, ordnance. It's the same for you, but I guess for the record.
Oh. There's only 1 success.
You get a
Oh,
missile
okay.
off, but it's sort of only one of them is able to get tracking at this short of range, because you are engaging them at short range with a medium long weapon, and so the missile doesn't quite get up to full speed, and then the hunter just smacks the missile out of the air with his shield.
What a hunter.
What a hunter. And with that, it is now the hunter's turn. So the hunter that you originally hit is just going to make a dead charge at you. Um, let's see. So that. That's 7 plus that's 9. All right. So his charge roll gets to 3 successes. Do you want to shoot Overwatch, or are you gonna let him come in and save your reaction for later?
I am going to try to react to this. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
if he hits me, it's going to be pretty bad.
Make me so you can either make a snapshot to attack and do damage, or you can make a snapshot to sort of suppress him and force him off. Which one are you gonna do?
Force him off.
All right, make me. I mean, it's all the same, but just roll me a snapshot ordnance then for 12. It's just that instead of doing damage, your successes will be malices to his melee move.
Gotcha. That's a 10 versus 12, so that's 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay, he's gonna go for his melee roll. Well, I say he. 6.
They.
Yeah, literally. In both a no gender and also a collective. So that's 9 with a 9, but that's -3, so that's 2 failures. He's just sort of lashes around with his shield, slams it into the ground, narrowly missing you, but definitely missing you. This is the one who got sniped in the head, so his targeting and his optic sensors are a little bit off. So.
Gotcha.
With that, turn's gonna reset. Lily, you're up.
With Quen dealt with, Lily is going to actually try and circle around the hunters because, as Kurt always said, when they're a hunter, smack them from behind. He wasn't very good at.
No, he wasn't very good at sayings. That wasn't his strong suit.
Yeah. So she's going to go to
Probably
flank
enough for
them.
that, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to go to flank them.
All right. Roll me poise acrobatics.
Well, bet it. That's what I'm good at. Three successes.
All right, you could successfully close into short range unnoticed.
And with them focusing, I have a sniper rifle that I put away, but I'm going to use it now. I'm going to try and line up a shot and smack one of them from behind with a sniper training round.
All right. Sniper training or a 14.5 millimeter training round at point blank range.
Yeah. Look, the worms are good at acting.
All right, make a. Oh, how is the snapshot actually reflected? All right, make me a keen firearms with a malice of 2, as you are moving and shooting.
That's a 7. Oh, I think I'll spend a narrative point to re-roll that.
All right, that will go to the aliens.
Nope, no dice for me. That's a 9. So I will fail.
You get the shot off, but it just ricochets harmlessly off of his shield, and the hunter is now alerted to your presence. And as a reaction of the hunter, he will turn around and face his shield to you. The Bond brothers are now fighting back to back, one against Morgan and one against Spencer.
Wow.
Billy, though,
They're-
you still have both of your reactions.
Yep. Well, they're so bonded, like they're
They're
brothers.
so bonded. They are like, well, they're actually the same organism, which is crazy. Their lore on them is not very consistent, but it's whatever. Morgan, your turn. Unless, well, actually, Quen, if you want to do something, or we can just skip your turn. Unless you want to like cheat or something.
No, I'm not cheating. I'm an honorable duel.
Yeah, it's an option. It's always an option. All right, you're.
Yeah, I just get
going-
up, I steal the flag, walk away.
Yeah, that would. Everybody disliked that.
Do they
All
not
right,
get
you just-
respawn?
No, because this is breakout, so there are no respawns until the flag is captured. Where was I? That's canon, actually. The Sangheili thought of the game mode breakout that only appeared in Halo 5. Morrigan's turn.
Alright, Morgan is honestly, even with this impenetrable wall of meat, she's still going to try and make a dash and just sort of hope she can pull off something fancy in the middle to get to point A to point B. And if she doesn't, she, how would you say?
How would you say? Get
Get-
smushed?
Yes, like a bug. A worm,
Like a bug,
even.
like a bitty little bug. All right, roll me poise acrobatics.
One success.
One success. All right, you close. You do better than getting in close. You get close and also add an angle, so you have a shot, which you can make at a heavy malice now for moving and shooting.
Shot at the flag or shot at the hunters?
Well, I guess either. You have like sort of you've sort of slid past the hunter. You can make a snapshot at the hunter, or you could pick up the flag.
This isn't. Morgan's an objective player. I'll have you know. Never.
It is,
This-
and
yeah, this
capture the
isn't-
flag is an objective game mode. Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't team deathmatch, all things considered.
After obliterating poor Dip Yap, she gets the flag.
She's just overwhelmed with guilt over obliterating.
And in an almost-
as you hold X to pick up the flag, you hear Jeff Sticer's voice. Flag taken.
Yeah, they just have those in our helmets for training. He's very motivational to Spartans.
Yep.
In almost
What was
like
that weird
child.
voice I just heard?
Right, you pick up the flag.
Sorry, got me.
What's the move?
Yeah, Morgan and she's questioned. This is a physical flag, correct?
Correct.
So, assuming did this use my reaction or my action?
That was your action. You still have a reaction. You gonna
Okay.
flag juggle?
I'm going to flag juggle. She was going to throw
All
it
right,
to Lily.
Take your reaction. And make a. What would you even roll for this? You're gonna pass the flag. Roll me. I just guess grit and athletics. Yeah, grit and athletics. That sounds good.
1 success.
You toss the flag to Morgan and it lands next to her. And because it's, a multiplayer Halo flag, it just stands upright the whole time.
To me,
It has like a little weight at the end.
Yep.
Yes, to Lily.
You
Yeah.
toss the flag to like near Lily.
oh,
Spencer, your turn. Flag dropped.
It's crazy we're doing this with Xbox 360 controllers right now.
Yeah.
How am I? That's how I'm rolling.
did you know Halo Chainbreakers was the first Halo campaign to canonize multiplayer?
That's actually not true. It was Halo 4. The Spencer, Paradox, your turn.
Still fighting a hunter.
Yep. In fact, you're doing a
Hunters.
really good job of keeping them distracted from the whole flag thing. They literally haven't noticed it's gone.
Yeah, I'm going to I'm going to do another jump to once
Okay.
again get behind them and try to shoot them some more.
All right, let's go for it. Roll me just a regular move check, and then a snapshot.
I hope I still day. That is 12. Let's see. So 13. That's 2 successes.
6 successes. All right. The front hunter,
Two.
the one you hit.
2
Two.
successes.
That's good enough. The front hunter, the one you shot earlier, has already like turned the opposite direction to try and hit Lily, if you'll recall. And so you
Mhm.
literally have a view directly into its back. As you take roll your snapshot
Right.
with, I don't know, weapon of your choice.
Only
Let
selling
me make
5.
sure I drop the ammo on that. Or should the is the fuel cell back yet?
Yes.
Okay. I'll shoot him back with the fuel cell. So 5 roll. Let's see. That'll be correctly shot. Tactor keen.
King.
All right. That is 8 successes.
8 successes. Nice. That was with the fusel, so that's 8 plus 7 damage of pierce. You hit the Bond brother directly in the back, and it harmlessly explodes into a pile of worms and smoldering armor.
That doesn't seem training.
They're just playing along.
They are just playing along.
In fact, the training rounds for my gun has like
However,
some goo that they like to eat.
you shot the other one, the one that is further from you, the one that it was closer to Lily, not the one you and Morrigan were facing. That one is still just looking straight at you at melee range, and it's gonna just thwack you with the shield as hard as it can.
Unfortunate. Life sometimes comes back to get you.
Life does that, and that means that the hunter gets to roll a melee wrath roll, which is like its only like truly broken roll. So let's see how this goes. 7.
Just rolls a critical failure will win.
Nah, 7. That's 11. The threshold is that, which is 5 successes on a melee check. That's times 2, so that's Spencer take 10 damage.
What's that? Can I react to get away?
Yes, you can. -2. It rolled really well. Make a move make a move with a malice of 2.
Let's see. Roll I bag. Okay. 10. I don't think that matters. That is 2 successes.
2 successes. It's a glancing blow. You only take 5 damage.
Okay.
So that knocks down all your armor and leaves you. Actually, no, your shield's recharged at the start of the round because you didn't get hit last round. So
Right.
your shields are back at 0. Your armor stat is now 1.
Right.
I'm gonna have to remember that the shield's recharging at the top of the turn for next combat. So
Gotcha. I lived.
you lived, but you can't take another hit like that.
Definitely cannot.
Lily, top of the turn. Moves, actions, and reactions reset. Go.
I've been given a
The
purpose.
flag is next to you.
I've been given a purpose.
You have been given a purpose, a mission.
Lily's
But
gonna-
now you have to decide: are you an objective player, or do you just want a top frag?
You see, gameplay wise, if this was a gamer speak, it would be the top frag. However, Kurt beat that out of anyone in training. So
Hell yeah, he did.
so she's going to look to Morgan, nod, take the flag, and fucking run.
Jeff Steitzer reaches out with a flag taken, and the hunter is going to take a reaction snapshot at you.
This is how Lily's gonna start running.
Oh, the
I
hunter
run-
rolled very badly. That's an
I run to
oh,
Gwen and I quickly
2
teabag her.
5s and a 6. The hunter's shot goes wide.
And I'm just gonna make a fucking beeline for the base.
You make a beeline for the base. You run past Dip Yap, sort of frozen in place from being hit at almost point blank range with a lot of TTR paste. You
Dip Yap
run
is gonna
past.
hear
Huh?
Dip Yap is gonna be hearing the very quickly sound, the very, very, very quickly approaching sounds of Spartan boots coming towards him before it stomps right past him.
You sprint past Quen, sat legs crossed, doing a battle meditation. You run to the human flag. You capture the flag. Game over. Victory. And I think the TTR paste wears off. Dip Yap, you can move again. Can't really feel anything, but you can move. The flag is captured. The hunter that got killed, quote unquote, just sort of easily recomposes itself back into a normal sized hunter. You know, it dropped all the worms everywhere. The worms all come back together, and it just sort of lunkers up, stands up again. The general thunderous applause of the well displayed sides of the humans, because the humans, of course, scored a perfect victory, not one of their team being taken down. So you have managed to massively impress the Swords of St. Helios on this particular mission. So, and
I can't wait for the Spartan boys to win this.
hey, actually, we are mere weeks out from the launch of the Spartan 4 program, so
Yeah.
you know, there will be a news drop at the start of next session. If we do, in fact, want to have a next session, because that is the end of this session with the capturing of the flag. This is more or less as long as I ever wanted Project Trinity to take in. Again, it was largely sort of a proof of concept for both the setting and the adaptation of the rules for TIS/OpV. However, the party did sort of pick up on the sequel hook of the Ungoi delegation. Oh, the Ungoi delegation to Earth. So once we end the recording, we're going to discuss this. But odds are this has a very high chance of being the last session of Project Hunting. And I just want to thank everyone for playing this. It's been really fun, just sort of riffing with Halo. Halo as a franchise is kind of in a dark spot right now. They haven't having dropped to 2 novels a year. They may never make a game again. So this has been really fun as a Halo fan, also just messing around with my friends. So this has been Halo Chainbreakers, a campaign for Project Crunching, a total conversion mod for Tension and Soul. And thank you.